All right, guys, let's start. I only have 10 minutes. Yes. So, gentleman on my right, can you please, thank you? Thank you. Yes. Okay, guys. I know it's been a long day, but do you know what's expensive? Logs and our time. Yes, logs are extremely expensive. And why is that? Because they charge you twice. First, to ingest them, then again, to store them. And that's before I start talking about cross-region traffic, network egress, or the bill for storing months of logs that you will never open. My name is Ido Ziv. I'm from Kaltura in Tel Aviv. I manage a team of DevOps engineers that's responsible for Kaltura's shared infrastructure. Kaltura is an AI video company, means that we have lots of storage, lots of networking, and lots of logs, obviously. And the reason I'm here today is because I'm tired of being waking in the middle of the night for service disruptions and getting calls from support engineers that need my help. So let's review Kaltura in numbers. We're deploying dozens and dozens of applications to 6 active cloud regions, ingesting 8 terabytes of logs every single day, and we have some days where the numbers get even scarier. Ooh, where 6 gigabytes of logs every second. Yes, 6 gigabytes of logs every single second. So my issue started when I got calls from support engineers saying, hey, we are investigating a ticket for a large customer and we can't find the logs in the observability system. Please help. So now I had to talk to one of my engineers and tell them, hey, please pull the logs from the archive. They need it now. So we used a SaaS provider and we didn't really like it. And we had, okay, this is time for a change. So I'll spare you the details. We chose OpenSearch. As you can see, this is my architecture. You can see the the availability zones, because nothing says serious architectures like availability zones. We're using the master nodes that keeps everything organized. We have the data nodes for the queries and the ultra warm nodes. These are like where your logs go to retire, such like Florida for humans. And here you see the AWS backbone that keeps our back and says, we got you, bro. Moving on, when you're building OpenSearch, you need to get started reading and doing research on interesting standards, such as data streams, index state managements, ultra-warm nodes, and so on and so on. These features by OpenSearch allows you to manage a data lifecycle that moves the data and help you keep the cost as low as possible and the data as searchable as possible. We're using FluentBit. FluentBit is great. It's for log ingestion and oTel collector for traces. This is how we get the data inside. But there is one question I want to review with you. How do you calculate the disk size? This is the most important one for us. So there are like 2 options. Or you do more nodes with less disks or less nodes with greater disks. The pros and cons are easy. The less nodes with greater disks means you pay less, but query performance is impacted, and the other way around, so you pay a lot, but then you're not saving any money, and you have a lot of disks. So we kind up with we found the sweet spot, NVMe, which means no block storage disks, and you can store the data inside the node NVMe storage. It's faster, it's more reliant, and you can use less nodes, which is the most important part. You're saving money. Now let's calculate disk storage using OpenSearch. Let's assume you have 100 gigabytes of data. So you need 100 gigabytes of disk? No! You need indexing overhead. It does enough? No! You're using Linux. So another 5%. But that's it? No! OpenSearch overhead. So that brings us into a total of 145 gigabytes for every 100 gigabytes of logs you have. And if you're using replicas, so you need to add more and more to the calculations. We are not using replicas because it's just logs and we have the archive. And we also integrated to our default template and repository. Just use 0 replicas and 1 shard. If the application needs more than 1 shard, it will get it. Easy. Now let's review the data lifecycle. This is the most important part. Be with me. I know it's been a long day. When you ingest logs to OpenSearch through your pipeline, thank you, it reaches the hot nodes. These are where they're welcomed. And you're paying $1 for each logs. It's easy money, right? Easy. but you want to increase the retention. So you want to move the logs to the ultra warm. You remember Florida from the last joke? So here you're paying 10 to 15 cents for each $1. We're saving money, but be with me, it gets even better. In the ultra warm modes, you can only search, but you can't write, which is okay. And sometimes you want to keep the logs in the archive and pull them with a click of a button when you need. Introducing cold storage. Here you're paying 5 to 10 cents on each $1. You're saving a lot of money, and look, I can keep the logs for up to 60 days. That is amazing. And of course, we can also ship the logs to the farm up north, where we don't pay for them. This is the delete action. Very stable, very nice. Let's see some results in action. So this is the traces I talked about. We can take each API group, see the percentile, see how much latency, how much it took. It's all from OpenSearch, from the oTel. Easy money. And now, let's break those traces into spans. Each action the application did, like, contact an API, a database, whatever, OpenSearch sees it as spans and tells you how long it took. Here you can find the bottlenecks and what's really wrong with your application. And that's it? No, you can correlate them. You can correlate the spans, the traces, the logs all together to see one view where OpenSearch tells you, you see this? This is your problem. Go fix it, my friend. So thank you very much, OpenSearch. Let's review the results it brought me. So first of all, this lecture, woohoo. Second of all, the cost from the SaaS rate dropped by 60%. I have 100 early adopters within my company that's asking for more and more features because they like OpenSearch and they hate their previous SaaS. I get 90% less tickets of issues with the system because we built it right. As I said, ultra warm nodes and index state management. And we're combining 3 signals, traces, spans, and logs all together. Great, but that's not even the biggest thing. The biggest thing is the smart retention, meaning that the logs that are most important, we can keep them for up to 2 months. But the logs that are not so important, we can remove them even after a single day. So it's everything about smart retention. And I talked a lot, I talked fast, I know that. This is my blog, you're welcome to scan it. This is the full story of how we migrated and built a full observability platform, co-written with AWS. Shout out to the guys. And this is the hands-on labs provided by AWS for you to use OpenSearch. And okay, just the punch. So next time you're staring at the ballooning log bill, remember, it's not about hoarding everything and it's not about deleting everything either. It's about planning smart retention. So log serves you, not the other way around. You're welcome to scan it, but thank you very much. My name is Ido. Drop the mic. If you have questions, I have I think 1 minute, but if you don't have questions, it's even better. I'll be here, and add me on LinkedIn.